Om Sri Lakshmi Narsimhayan Maha, Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, Chapter 15, Sumantra's sudden return to the palace. Summary. In this chapter, Sumantra enters the royal court and observes all the arrangements made for the coronation of Sri Rama. Ordered by Dasaratha to fetch Sri Rama, he entered the mighty building of Sri Rama. Chapter 15 in detail. Those Brahmanas skilled in Vedas stayed there all the night and arrived at a nearby place along with the royal priest Vasishtha. Ministers, army chief, prominent leaders of the city assembled there, welcoming the cause of Rama's coronation. The best of Brahmanas were prepared to do Rama's coronation in daytime after the sun rises clearly at the arrival of Pushya star and on arrival of Rama's auspicious birth time of Cancer. Golden water pots, well decorated throne, and chariots covered well by shining tiger skin were impressive. Water was brought from auspicious conjunction of river Ganga and Yamuna, from other rivers, lakes, wells, ponds, from streams flowing eastward, from streams which joined together, and from oceans in all sides. Gold and silver pots filled with best water together with popped grain and covered by milky sapped leaves, lotuses and water lilies were shining there. Honey, curd, clarified butter, popped grain, sacred grass, flowers, and milk were kept ready. Harlots adored with all types of ornaments were also glimmering there. An excellent fly flopper, which was like spread out rays of moon made of gold adorned with diamonds, was kept ready for Rama. A white umbrella like circular moon, which was kept in advance for the occasion of coronation, was also kept ready. A white bull, a white horse, a mighty and beautiful elephant which was fit to be mounted by kings, was readily waiting. 8 auspicious virgins adored all type of ornaments, various type of musical instruments, panegyrists and others were also waiting. The people who gathered there after getting the things required as per orders of the king for coronation ceremony to be held in a kingdom of Ikshvaku dynasty could not cite the king and discussed among themselves about how to inform the king regarding their arrival. The king is not being seen. The sun has risen. Everything is ready for a coronation of Rama the wise. Sumantra, who received good respect from Dasaratha, heard them thus speaking and addressed those kings who came from different countries. I am going to Rama quickly as per king's direction, but you are all worthy of worship by Dasaratha and by Rama in particular. I shall ask as your word about the well-being of king who is now awake and also about the reason of his not coming here. That Sumantra, knower of sacred works, spoke thus, approached entrance of royal palace and entered the inner quarters which is always kept closed. He entered the inner quarters and praised the king's dynasty. He approached the royal bedroom and stood there at a distance. He entered the bedroom, approached near to the curtain there and praised Dasaratha's qualities with blessings. O King Dasaratha, let sun and the moon, guardians of the world like Shiva and Kubera, Varuna, Agni and Indra grant victory to you. O the best of kings, the venerable night has gone, the auspicious day has come. Wake up and do whatever needs to be done thereafter. O King Dasaratha, Brahmanas, chief of armed forces and traders are waiting to see you. Please wake up. Then Dasaratha woke up and spoke these words to Sumantra, who was praising him, who was skilled in giving advice and who was his charioteer. Why have you not followed my orders, even though you were asked by her to bring Rama? King Dasaratha ordered the charioteer there again thus, I am not sleeping, bring Rama here soon. He listened to king's words, bowed his head in salutations to him, thought for goodness of king, and came out of king's palace. That Sumantra, with placid mind, went happily seeing the royal roads adorned with flags and banners. Sumantra heard the words pertaining to Rama and Rama's coronation spoken together by joyful people there. Then Sumantra saw Rama's palace, which was lovely shining like a top of a mountain and radiant like Indra's palace. Rama's palace was beautiful with large doors and adorned with hundreds of raised quadrangular seats. There were festooned decorations over doorways with gems and corals. It was adorned with various precious stones and the best of garlands. Pearls were scattered all over abundantly. It was decorated with sandal and aloe woods, spreading out beautiful smells like the peak of Dhardura mountain. Cranes and peacocks were singing sweetly. Figures of wolves and other art forms were sculptured here and there. It was attracting the eyes and minds of living beings by its brilliance. It was shining like a constellation of moon and the sun. It was full of various kinds of birds. It was as high as Meru mountain. Sumantra saw such a palace of Rama. People who came from different rural parts to see Rama's coronation were waiting with different gifts in their hands. That house, decorated with various diamonds, was looking like a great cloud. Hunchbacked servants and servants of Kirata tribe were moving all over the house. That Sumantra, with chariot fastened with horses and having a top, approached towards Rama's palace, beautifying the human and the royal races, gladdened the hearts of all citizens. That palace of the great souled Rama was like Indra's palace with great wealth. It was filled with various deer and peacocks. After approaching that palace, he became quite thrilled. The inner apartments of Rama's palace were well decorated, high as Kailasa mountain and like abodes of deities. Sumantra entered there, passed over many of Rama's friends who were well wishers, and approached Rama's inner apartment. There, Sumantra heard delightful people talking about Rama's coronation and the rites to be performed for the sake of Rama's prosperity. Rama's palace was as high as top of Meru mountain, shining with radiance. The mansion was filled with birds and antelopes. It was like Indra's mansion. Sumantra saw such a beautiful house of Rama. He saw crores and millions of rural folk and other people with folded hands approaching the area leaving their respective vehicles. There he saw a beautiful elephant called Shatrunjaya with highly elevated body and Rama's royal conveyance. It was like a great cloud and a mountain. It was intoxicated, uncontrollable, and intolerable. The minister in chief, who was beloved to the king, were well adored and came there on horse carriages and elephants. Sumantra passed over the people gathered there on all sides and entered the rich inner apartment. Then that Sumantra entered Rama's palace, which was like top of a mountain, like an unmoving cloud, which contained houses equal to excellent divine cars, like crocodile entering the ocean containing a number of precious stones. Nobody obstructed him. Thus completes 15th chapter of Ayodhya Kanda in Srimad Ramayana. Sri Moola Rama Vijayate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.